I wrote the first script for the first Child's Play back in the mid-'80s when I was in college at UCLA, and the original impetus actually was as a kid who grew up in a household where I was constantly exposed to marketing and advertising campaigns, because that's what my dad did for a living. I wanted to write a dark satire about how advertising and marketing affects children.
I hate kids.
That was the original impetus, combined with the fact that in the mid-'80s, Cabbage Patch dolls had become very popular, and I realized that in the wake of Gremlins, animatronics had gotten to a point where you could really take the living doll concept to town now and treat the doll as a full-fledged character with a really vivid personality.
I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it!
So he hooked up with David Kirshner, who produced all of the movies, and David came up with a prototype for Chucky. David's actually designed all of the dolls.
Those characters are Tiffany, who is the Bride of Chucky, played by Jennifer Tilly in Bride of Chucky, as well as the new one, Seed of Chucky. And now the spawn of Chucky, the title character, Glenn or Glenda, I'm not sure which, because he's not anatomically correct and therefore gender confused.
Who the hell are you?
Hello, I'm Jennifer Tilly, and what I really want is for you to buy Seed of Chucky on DVD, June 7th. Is it a date?
This is where all the crazy sickos come to the Fangoria convention. And you can find anything you want here under the banner and genre of horror movie.
I'm just along for the ride.
I like to pull practical jokes and pranks on the set. I keep the crew in stitches. You'll see what I mean on the DVD.
Chucky has been blamed for a lot of things that he didn't do, like social unrest, the decline of third world civilizations. But we think Chucky is just good, clean, non-toxic fun.
It's toxic.
Toxic.
Oh.
I give Chucky a little more humanity, because now you can kind of relate to him. He has a nagging girlfriend who turns into a nagging wife, and in the last movie, Seed of Chucky, he has a son that's a little on the girly side, and he's trying to deal with that.
I love the concept. I mean, I just think that there's just something about, dolls, which I think everyone has this primal response to. They're just creepy, because they're distortions of the human form, and so I think we have a primal response to that as we do the clowns. There's just something off about it.
Because they're supposed to be delightful and cheerful, but their faces don't move. That's always horrifying. If you're ever out at a party and someone is smiling at you, but it seems fixed, that's disturbing. That happens to me a lot.
Jeez.
John is exactly what you would want him to be, what you would expect him to be, which is that he's incredibly nice and totally filthy-minded. I mean, but literally by the time he had been in Romania for less than 24 hours, he was emailing us photos of things that I don't even know that I can describe in this venue because there are children here.
But John is a huge Chucky fan. He said it's always been one of his dreams to die horribly at the hands of Chucky. And for 7 years, he's been stalking me and Dawn. Every time I run into him at an event, he's like, when are you making the Chucky movie? And I want to be in it.
These bodies are okay, but they're like apartments we're just renting.
What is this?
He wants to know how Brad Dourif was picked for the role of Chucky.
I wish I could take credit for that, because Brad is so fantastic, and I think he's really just put an indelible stamp on the character. But it was really the idea of the director of the first movie, Tom Holland.
He takes Chucky very seriously. When I listen to him doing Chucky, he does sort of a pseudo Jack Nicholson thing, but there's a monologue in Seed of Chucky where Brad sort of hates his raison d'etre, and he talks about how great it is to be a doll. And when he saw that monologue, he went, stop, hold on a second, I have to work on this. And he went in the other room for about half an hour while they worked on it, like it was the monologue from Hamlet. Because it was so important, he said, it's the first time Chucky, for the last 20 years, has been saying he hates being a doll, and now he's saying he likes being a doll. So he really did have to find the motivation before he could do it. And that's on. Thank you.
I've loved Chucky since I was a little kid because he's funny, he's awesome, he kicks a lot of ass, and most of all, the last two movies, because of Miss Jennifer Tilly.
Because he's tons scary, because he's got those cool stitches on his face.
It's just cool to have anything psychotic, especially something that's innocent. It's a cool psychological effect.
When I wrote it 20 years ago, I mean, first of all, I had no idea it would become a franchise that would still be going on that, 20 years later. You can never plan on something like that. But even if I had, I don't know that I would have sawn it into the future and realized that I would turn it into a satirical comedy. That is sort of something that happened midway through the series. After the first three movies, I felt that we'd sort of done the horror thing already, and in order to keep the franchise alive, I just wanted to do something different.
Chucky's great. He brings horror and humor together.
He's tons of fun. Sex machine, I hear.
Yeah.
And
I love Chucky.
yeah.
Always have. So cool. I love all the movies since when I was really little, and I love how they would just make me laugh, and it's just so creative, and you just can't get enough of it.
I love his smart-ass personality, his wisecracks, I love a good scary film. When I was a kid, the first Child's Play, saw it at the drive-in, and it scared the hell out of me because I'm a huge toy collector. The thought of those things coming to life is pretty terrifying.
Just very original, really scary, really funny, and Brad Dourif, just great actor, perfect.
Bride of Chucky first, and probably Seed of Chucky second. It's the way it's taken it a whole new direction, expanding the family, bringing more characters into it.
Seed of Chucky was out of control. It was a type of film I did not expect to see at a local Cineplex, but I loved it because of that, and I can't wait to see the DVD.
I'm buying the DVD on Tuesday.
But we're wearing our shirts there too.
That's right.
Cut it up, cut it up, cut it up, cut it up. Cut it up, cut it up, June 7th.
Chucky's back on DVD June 7th.
Cruising down Mulholland in a new Hummer. You know it's stolen, you know I stay rolling. Me and my boy, we ride like soldiers. Big Chucky, ooh, I'm so lucky. I'm a murderous psychopath toy, they can't touch me. I'm iller than MJ's Thriller.
Hello, I'm Tiffany, and I want you to buy Seed of Chucky. It's on DVD June 7th.
Cut it up, cut it up, cut it up, yeah, cut it up, cut it up.